I can't breathe. I grew up in West Virginia. Even though I was born in Cincinnati, we moved before I went to school to West Virginia, and that's where I was raised on a farm with chickens, cows, you name it. Challenges I had growing up as a kid would be dealing with my cerebral palsy. People, especially kids, can be cruel. They can also be inquisitive, which I didn't mind. But even adults, I struggled with adults because they thought what affected my body also affected my mind. Really, I didn't think at the time it affected my confidence. I thought it was just brushing it off and going on. But as I grew older, I realized it affected my self-worth. I felt insecure, didn't have confidence in myself. And I think it affected all my relationships, affected when I went to get a job. From early on, I realized now I was a people pleaser. If anybody wanted something done or if they didn't want to do it, they would ask me. But I wasn't popular. I wasn't invited to all the parties or anything. But if anybody had a problem or a need, I was the person they would come to. When I got in college, I actually ventured out some. I even participated in the Fairmont State Pageant to represent that group, which I don't know how I did that these days. Probably because they needed somebody to represent. So Karen's gonna do it because that's the need that needs to be filled. I didn't date much, but eventually I did meet a guy. I was engaged, and then that did not work out. I moved across the United States to go where he was going to go to school, the whole 9 yards. But then eventually we broke that off, and then I finally got married in my 30s. And I thought, this is it. I've got this, got my person, we're all going to be good. But he had addiction issues, but he had sobriety for 10 years. But about 6 months in, it just fell apart. He started drinking and all of his behaviors came back. So our relationship started on again, off again. And each time his abuse would get more and more intense till he threatened to kill me. Then I decided I was out of there. And thankfully, though, recovery came across my path through a friend. And that's what helped me get out of that relationship, get back on my feet, and find some safe people. The recovery program was online. Recovery Live started up, and I was watching that, and volunteering became an option, so I did that. And then I started watching Temple Church online, and I was very challenged and drawn to it because Pastor Rodney speaks the truth every Sunday, and he challenges you to up your relationship with God. And I am participating still online as an online director and doing all that stuff, but I also have the privilege now, since I moved from West Virginia to North Carolina, I get to participate in RA things in person, as well as be able to attend Temple City in person. And every time I visited, it was amazing. But I have to say, the online experience, you can feel the presence of God. You can still be challenged online. Even after COVID, it has just been a lifeline for me and many, many others. I've met amazing people who can't get out because of health, or there's no meeting in their area, or they've recently moved and don't have a church home. Many people have joined me not only in RA online, but when they realized Temple City was connected to it, when they didn't have a church home, they came with me online to Temple City Church. I would tell somebody, if you're considering attending church online, do it, because I can tell you I got just as much from the sermons and everything going on here at Temple online as I do in person. To me, I feel like it depends on you. Just like when you come here, if you're not expecting to get something out of it, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's up to you. You can so do church online and get something out of it. You just need to make your heart right and ready to receive.